It is a song that mixes a murder with a melody. The song Knoxville Girl tells the tale of a young girl who is viciously attacked and killed by her boyfriend for reasons that remain unclear. It's been a fascination with musicians and scholars alike for decades. But the question remains, what is the story behind the song? Anchor Brittany Bailey has more from the journalist who may just have the answer.
It's a song that starts off as an innocent tale of young love.
And to take an evening walk about a mile from town.
But Knoxville Girl pivots to become a tale of unexplained murder.
Oh, Billy dear, don't kill me here. I'm unprepared to die.
For generations, the murder ballad has been analyzed by historians and journalists, including Paul Slade.
Knoxville Girl was a particularly intriguing one because Knoxville Girl itself is actually quite a mysterious song. It's so short and it gives you so little information. I was absolutely fascinated to find out what that was all about. So I started researching it and started discovering the links with our English folk songs.
Slade even chose a line from the song, Unprepared to Die, as the title of his book on murder ballads.
A lot of folk music researchers had looked into the song before me, and once I started digging out some old books, that's when I discovered just how closely Knoxville Girl is based on some of these very old English ballads. Now, there was a tradition in Britain from the 1600s right the way through to about 1850 of printed ballad sheets. You can think of them really as the equivalent of a true crime podcast today. They were telling the story of a real murder in quite a sensationalist way, and people would lap them up. Where the murderer was hanged, they would even be sold at the foot of the gallows while the condemned man was still swinging. People would actually buy them as a souvenir.
Slade says the story of Knoxville Girl was inspired by the Bloody Miller, a real-life murder which took place in the 17th century.
Got copies of it from 1685, which very clearly tells the same story that we see in Knoxville Girl. The chain of events in every detail is there. It's identical in this old song to the chain of events that Knoxville Girl describes. The wording is quite similar. The meter is exactly the same, so it could be sung to exactly the same tune that Knoxville Girl is sung to today. That old British ballad sheet, the Bloody Miller, that describes a real murder in 1683 here in England. And the research I did on that allowed me to actually discover the name of the real killer and his victim, and a few more details of the actual crime that Knoxville Girl itself is describing.
The song took on different names, including Wexford Girl or Oxford Girl, but the story of murder remains.
Ideally, you would want a crime that had happened somewhere near the town where you were working as a printer. So if it could be a local crime, so much the better. They were a fairly roguish lot, these ballad printers. So they weren't above changing the place names in a town to make it look as if it was a local crime, because they thought that would sell better to their particular customers.
Go down, you Knoxville girl, you'll never be my bride.
As for the biggest question about the killer's motives, why would he kill a woman he loved? Slade says the answer is pretty straightforward.
But if you go back to the English ballads, they're quite frank about it. It's very clear that he made this girl pregnant and that he killed her because he didn't want to marry her.
Okay, well, Paul Slade's book, Unprepared to Die, also features articles on ballads like Tom Dooley and Frankie and Johnny. It's available on Amazon, and you can visit his website to learn more.